Hi, Sketchlab friends. Are you ready to draw something perfectly sweet? Well, let's turn Hello Kitty into a pink frosted donut with sprinkles on top. It's cute, chunky, and super fun to draw. So let's get started. So I curved a line out to the left and now to the right. It's going to create the shape of Hello Kitty's head. Hello Kitty's head is a little bit like a watermelon shape, sort of like the Pringles can guy. And now I'm just going to go ahead and curve a line up. Let's kind of connect those two. So, all right. So now that we've established the shape of the head, let's go ahead and start adding on the ears. I want you to pay attention to the size and placement of the shapes that we're drawing. So this triangular shape, remember, size and placement, very important. So in relationship to the head, how big are the ears? All right, here's the bow. This is going to be the center of the bow, basically just creating a circular shape. Curving a line out to the right, and then we're going to curve a line out to the left. And let's go ahead and finish off the bow. So this is going to be a line curving out to the left. And this one here is going to curve out to the right. Okay, let's start adding the expressions. So once again, look at the size and placement of the eyes. And then we're going to add the little nose. We have this big head, little eyes, little nose. And those proportions are what make Hello Kitty so cute. Let's add on those whiskers. We'll add 3 on each side. Well, if you're enjoying today's tutorial, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. At the end of this video, I'll also have a playlist so you can check out more of these awesome 3D drawing videos. So this is going to be the shape of our donut today. It almost looks like the shape of a wheel on a skateboard. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add on that frosting using wavy lines. Now this is also creating overlapping because this is over the top of the donut, and it's going to help create a little bit more space. Space is an element of art, and it's how an artist can make their paper appear to be three-dimensional. There's lots of different techniques to create space. Overlapping is one of them. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start outlining. I'm using a 0.8 micron. I'm going to go in with gray and go over the top of it with some white to make it a little bit of a lighter gray. I have regular pink. My darker value, I'm using red. I'm using a lighter value pink for the highlights. So with the donut, I'll do a base color with pink, light pink. Then this is pink. And once again, going on with a little bit of the red to add some shadows. Then going back, adding in some of those little white highlights. This is apricot. And now I'll be going in with some brown. And you can see when the paint is still wet, you can color mix it. Have a nice gradation of color. I'm gonna get a little bit of a darker brown too. Adding those wonderful sprinkles in. And there you have it, guys. We're just gonna go ahead and refresh that outline. And you can see all the little details are popping back out again. Well, I wanna thank you so much for drawing with me today. Like I said, check out the playlist and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye. Hi, Sketchlab friends. Well, what happens when Hello Kitty falls into a dessert blender? You get this ridiculously cute milkshake masterpiece. Well, let's draw it together step by step. So this is going to be the shape of the head. So I'm curving a line out to the left. And on this side, I'm curving a line out to the right. And the shape of the head is kind of like a watermelon. Could also remind you of the Pringles can guy. And we're going to draw our first ear. So you can see it looks like it's a triangular shape. And make sure you pay attention to the size and placement of the ears. It's very important in your drawings. This is the start of the bow. So you have that oval. Line that curves out to the left. And this one curves out to the right. We're going to draw another line that curves out to the right. And we have one here that curves out to the left. And that's the bow. So you can see we have overlapping. So now the bow is in front of the cat. So you got to erase off some construction lines. All right, let's start drawing the expression. This is going to start the nose. Then we're going to draw a little oval here for the eye. So this isn't just a milkshake today, it's a meow shake. So we're going to add some whipped cream on top. We're going to start off with looks a little bit like a shark's fin. See how I curve those two lines? Now on the right, I'm going to curve a line to the right. Do that one more time. Bam. And you can see we're going to curve a line out to the left, on the left side. We're layering on so much sugar that even our markers today are going to get a cavity. This is a straw for a milkshake, so I curved the line up. Just drawing these two lines down. And then I'm going to draw some lines across. If you just draw them straight across, you can see it kind of makes them look flat. But if you just curve them up just a little bit, look at the difference. It makes it just a little bit more three-dimensional. It's called a cross contour line. You draw a line that curves around a form. And we're going to put on the whiskers. So I don't know if you guys want to hug this or eat this today. And we will be adding sprinkles to the top of Hello Kitty for emotional support today. So I'm going to curve a line out to the left. And now I'm going to curve a line out to the right. Now I'm going to use some wavy lines. Got to make it drippy. As they say, sprinkles are not optional, guys. They're mandatory cuteness. So we're going to draw another wavy line down. So this milkshake is overflowing because I guess Hello Kitty tried to jump in the blender today. Draw these two lines down. It creates the shape of the glass. And we want this to be a cylinder, so we're going to curve a line down. Curve it down. And then we're going to add a little bit of thickness to our glass. And we, my friends, are ready for outlining. Because we did use construction lines today, you might want to check out my outlined image just to make sure you're erasing off and only outlining what you're supposed to be outlining. All right. So with Posca markers, these are awesome because we're going to be using two values. So for instance, the whipped cream, we have ivory, and then we'll have beige. For Hello Kitty, we're going to have gray, and we're going to lighten it with white to make a lighter gray. Goes that beige, and now we have pink going over the top of the light pink. We have red going over the coral pink today. And sprinkles are mandatory cuteness. And now that we're applying that outline back on, look how amazing this Hello Kitty turned out today. Hello Kitty milkshake. Well, if you had fun drawing with me today, be sure to sketch another one. See you in the next video. Bye. Hi, Sketchlet friends. Is it ice cream? Is it Hello Kitty? Nope, it's both. Today we're mashing up the world's cutest cat and the world's yummiest cone. So let's grab your art supplies and let's draw this delicious, sweet Hello Kitty dessert. Let's go. So we're going to start off with the shape of the head. So I'm curving a line out to the left, and then I'm curving a line out to the right. A little bit like parentheses. And this is going to be more of a watermelon-shaped oval that we're creating for the head of Hello Kitty. And so at Sketch we like to build with basic shapes and forms. So draw lightly, it's easier to erase. So we got our first ear. I want you to think about size relationships in the drawing. How big are the ears in relationship to the head? Also the placement. And we're going to draw this little oval. Be our first eye. And the nose. We're off to an awesome start. Now we're going to work on the bow. So Hello Kitty's going to have a bow on top, a strawberry swirl, and just enough kawaii to melt your heart. So I curved a line to the left. And the shape of her bow. This is turning out so awesome. So this is going to be the ice cream on top. So we can see we just drew a shark's fin. That's a cross contour line. Curves around the form. Once again. And these cross contour lines make it look more three-dimensional. Awesome. It's our little strawberry for our strawberry swirl. This is going to be the shape of the strawberry. For the leaves, I'm creating kind of like football shapes. You see I'm curving a line to the right, then to the left. And I'm going to curve a line out to the right. And we're going to start working on the ice cream now. That's dripping over the edge of the ice cream cone. And this creates overlapping. It's a method of creating space, which is an element of art. We want to make sure we curve a line down. And that's going to make this look like a form, a cone. Same thing at the bottom. We're going to curve a line down. And now we're going to draw those cross contour lines. This is the texture of the cone. So they just opened up a Handel's ice cream by my house, and it is very good ice cream, I'd have to say. Every flavor I've tried. And now we're moving on to the whiskers. So 3 on each side. It's so much fun doing these mashups. I enjoy drawing these characters and the desserts. It's always good to show your mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes and erase. Because after all, they're just happy accidents, right? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and outline. Now, if you don't have Posca markers, don't worry. You can use color with whatever you have. We're basically using color as value. So I do have a light pink and a pink. I also am going and adding a white highlight. With the strawberry, I have red and dark red. We're trying to use value. And now here's the pink, which is darker than the light pink, creating the shadows. And with the white Posca paint marker, going and adding some highlights. This is the color ivory, and if you wanted to make it lighter, you could just go with white over the top. And for the cone, we have light orange and apricot and brown. I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to come back to the cone. So I did ivory for the lines, and I'm doing the brown in the shadows. Looks like their arrows kind of like pointing up. Adding in those little sprinkles and all those fun little details. And this was a fun one today. Look how amazing it turned out, guys. Wow. It never gets old. Love, love, love. Well, I hope you enjoyed drawing with me. Check out the full Posca marker playlist for more fun videos. You gotta sketch them all.